Hello everybody, this is Shirley with Shirley's Thread Work. Thank you for stopping by. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here with a video. My life has been going well for months, but my DIY videos have been on pause, so I'm back, and I definitely am back for Christmas. I want to celebrate Christmas with everybody, so I am going to be doing 12 days of Christmas gifts that are easy and quick to make, that you can make for friends, family, or sell. So today will be day one with freestanding lace. I'm going to show you how to do a really cute freestanding lace ornament that you can put on your tree, or you can give as a gift, or it can be put on a gift as a pretty little addition to a tag, anything like that. So just sit back, relax, and watch, and I will go ahead and show you how I do it. So the first thing I want to do is let you know how I do my hooping. I use my Mighty Hoop, and it is the 5x5 Mighty Hoop. And I use this, and I also use a water-soluble stabilizer called Violin. Hopefully you can see the label. I'm not sure if you can, but I get it off of Amazon, and this particular size is an 8x10, I believe. It's 8 inches by 10 yards, and I forgot, it's like 20 some odd dollars for this, maybe close to 30, because it's not cheap. It's kind of expensive. So this is what I use, and when I'm hooping it without using a hooping station, I use a backing. So this is how I set everything up. The other thing that I want to make sure that you are aware of, that you need to be using, if you're going to do freestanding lace, you need to be using coordinating threads. Your top and bottom threads should be the same color if you want it to come out and look really cute. And I'm going to do this particular freestanding lace in white, but I will be doing some other in different colors. I think red and gold will be the colors that I will be using for others that I'll show you. I won't video it being done, but I'll show you the end results. So this is what we're going to do. I already have my 5x5 hoop already hooped and put on the machine and ready to go. I have my design already set up, size traced, and like I said, ready to go. And I'm using white rayon thread from Madeira, and I'm using a regular magnetic Field Tech bobbin thread. So that's how I'm setting up, and it's quick and easy. It really isn't hard to do freestanding lace. The main thing that you have to remember, like I said, is that your top thread and your bottom thread needs to be the same color. Also, they prefer that you use rayon, but you can use polyester. You can even use metallic thread. It doesn't matter. These threads will work well with freestanding lace. The most important thing is the fact that you need to use a water-soluble stabilizer. And I love using Violin, which is spelled V-I-L-E-N-E. V as in Victor, I-L-E-N-E. And like I said, I get it off of Amazon. So check it out. You can buy it other places, but it's so quick and easy to just order it off of Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to my machine and get started with it. So I'll see you in a minute. So here's the design on my machine. As you can see, it is a nativity design, and it's only one color, which is going to be white. I have everything set up and ready to go, and I also have, like I said, my hoop already hooped on to the machine. So let me move this camera around and see if I can get you to see it on the machine. I'm going to move it down. There, you can see it is already on the machine, ready to go. All I have to do now is start it up and get it started. And I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll let you see some of the stitching. Here's a quick look at what it looks like. It is coming out pretty good. Hopefully you can see the nativity part is really good. So it's stitching pretty good. And I'll show you the finished product when it gets to it. Not going to take too much longer. Alright, I have completed the nativity freestanding lace ornament. All I have to do now is wash it out, rinse it out, and get all of the violin out of it, and I'll be done with this when it dries. So I'm going to put this aside. Now while I'm doing that, I'm going to set the machine up. My next project is going to be the freestanding lace Santa Claus, and as you can see, it has multiple colors. And the most important thing is make sure you have the bobbins to match the colors that you're going to use. I have red, and the next one is white, the next one will be brown, the next one will be pink, and then the last one would be black according to the color chart. And I have my machine set up where I put the hand up. If you have a Brother machine, you know that you have a stop sign or a hand that you select to make sure that the machine will stop stitching once it has completed one portion of the design, in order for you to cut the application, change the bobbin, whatever it is that you need to do. And for me, it would be changing the bobbin. So I have that set up to make sure that the bobbin colors are going to match the top thread colors in order to complete this particular multicolor freestanding lace design. So that is going to be the project that I'm going to be working on next, and I will show you that when it is completed as well. The process is exactly the same. The only difference is you have to change the bobbin every time your thread color changes. So I'll go ahead and get that started, and I'll show you the end results. Since I mentioned the stop hands on a minute ago, I wanted to zoom in the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. You see where the numbers are. You see the little hands that are pointing to each number. You have 7, 5, 8, 6, and 9, which are the thread where my colors are. Don't pay attention to the colors that's up here, but I have the correct colors, and by each stop it is a stop hand, so, or stop sign, however you want to call it. And that's what you do when you're setting up your machine and you want it to stop. You go over here to this side and you select that hand right there, and it will stop every time you get done with that particular thread color. If you go down to the one here with the stitches with a mark through it, that means you're going to skip that part completely. So that's how it is on your Brother 1055 PR 1055 machine in order to be able to do a project like this. So I just wanted to show you how that looks on the machine. The last project for today will be a snowflake freestanding lace, but using mylar. Mylar is like a little cellophane iridescent type film, similar to water soluble stabilizer, but it's not water soluble. You still have to use your violin or any type of water soluble stabilizer, and you hoop your hoop, and you're going to place that on there and then put it on your machine and stitch right on top of the mylar. And then once you're done with that, you will cut as much of the mylar around it as possible. Some of it you can pick out with a tweezer, and then of course you're going to cut the violin as close to the project or the snowflake. You'll let it soak to get all of the water soluble violin out. Once that is done, then go back again and see if there's any more of the mylar that you can pick out, because you don't want any edges or anything like that with the mylar sticking out. You want it all to be enclosed in the stitching, and then let it dry, and you have a beautiful iridescent snowflake that mimics metallic thread. And I'm going to do this in a gold color. I've never done one in a colored thread before. I've always done them in white. So this will be an opportunity to see how this iridescent mylar is going to look on this particular design. You can get mylar in different colors. Kimberbell has like 2 different sets. One is more of a neutral tone and one is more bright colors. They sell those sets, but you can go on Amazon and get tons of different type of mylar sets. I got mylar years ago, and I bought it in a big old tube, so I have plenty of mylar iridescent plastic or whatever you want to call it. It's not fabric. So I got plenty of mylar, but I am thinking about just getting some different colors too, just to see how that's going to go. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this on the machine, start stitching it out, and we'll see how that turns out. This will be the last project for today, doing freestanding lace, snowflakes, Santa Claus, nativity, all of that. And hope you enjoy this. Hopefully you'll give it a try. I'll show you what all 3 of them look like when I have completed them. I decided to do this in white and gold. I'll show you the gold one in a minute. But this is what it looks like when you're done with it. Hopefully you can see the iridescence. So I wanted to do it in white. And you know, you always do the back with the same thread. I did that with the gold as well. And now I'm going to take this off and cut around it and pull some of the mylar off, and then I'll have to soak it. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut around it. Be sure you don't cut any of the thread, because you don't want your snowflake to come apart. I'm cutting the mylar and the violin at the same time. And I also just want to clarify, you don't have to use violin water-soluble stabilizer. You can use any type of water-soluble stabilizer. However, be sure that whatever you use, make sure it's thick enough, because this violin is like fabric, so it really holds together well. If you use the plastic ones, if you get it too thin, then you may have to double it or triple it, because you have to keep in mind that you're getting needle punctures, hundreds of them. So I recommend, if you don't use violin, to use something like the Sulky Ultra Solvi. This works really well. It's a thicker plastic water-soluble stabilizer. So you can see it's not the clear kind, so it's got a nice thickness to it. This will work just as well as violin, but I prefer using it. That's what John Deere recommended when I first started doing it, and I've just been using it ever since. But I just wanted to make sure that you are aware that you're not stuck with having to use that. If you don't have any, you can use any type of water-soluble stabilizer. Just make sure that it's strong enough to withstand all of the needle puncture. Now, as I mentioned, all you do is just pull. You can pull with your hand or you can pull with a tweezer, and you just kind of rip it apart. Rip out the violin. It pulls off really well. So you just start pulling it off, and then once I soak it, then I'll be able to go back and pick out the little fine pieces that don't necessarily come off when you're pulling it apart like this. But as you can see, it's just tearing away. It's just tearing away. So that makes it easy. And this is a really quick project. It didn't take but maybe 10 minutes to do this one snowflake. So you can do a whole bunch of them for your tree or for gifts or what have you if you're interested in it. So I have the bulk of the mylar pulled off. So it's sticky. So this is what it looks like, and you can see that it does have a little hanging hole there. And let me move it back so you can see it. And you see how iridescent it is. It is really beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and soak it. Then I'll show you all 4 of the freestanding lace projects for today. Well, I wanted to make sure that I showed you the finished product. But also, since I mentioned using Sulky's Ultra Sulky, I wanted to show you that you can use it. So I decided to do one last freestanding lace, and this is a bookmark that I got from Embroidery Library. Now this particular one takes a little longer. It took about 88 minutes, so it's very intricate and everything, but as you can see, it is done on the Sulky, and it did very well. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and wash it out and everything, and then I'll show you all 5 projects. I have a total of 5 freestanding lace, ornament, and bookmarks. So I will show you this in a minute. Here's the results of all of the freestanding lace stitch out that I've done. I have the iridescent or the mylar snowflake. I have complete freestanding lace, and all this was done with Sulky the Ultra Sulky water soluble. Of course, this was done with Violin. This is the other mylar that was done, snowflakes, Santa Claus, and the Nativity. All of these, all 5 freestanding lace were either done with Violin or Sulky's Sulky Ultra water soluble. Very easy to do. Make wonderful gifts or decoration of your tree. This is a bookmark that can be given as a gift to teachers and people at church and friends. You can stick it inside of a Christmas card, all of those things. It would make a wonderful addition to your Christmas gift. So give it a thought about whether or not you want to try to do freestanding lace. And thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. This is day 1 of Christmas gifts that you can make that are quick and simple, easy to make. The only difference is this particular one from Embroidery Library, the freestanding lace, which happens to be free. I forgot to mention that. That is a free design. That's why I did it. From Embroidery Library. That one takes about 88 minutes because I put it on, I think, 500 stitches per minute. You certainly can do it a little faster, but because it was going through the water soluble, I didn't want too much quickness of the penetration so nothing would break, and I just let it stitch slowly with that, and it stitched out perfectly. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow with day 2. There will be 12 different days of different gift ideas. So stay tuned and come back every day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.